Welcome to the first ever Team 2172 Steel Unity podcast. First and foremost, thank you to our sponsors, Matrix Point Solutions, NASA, Rockwell Automation, ANSYS, American Tank and Fabrication, Technology Install Partners, Myers & Roman Law Firm, and Sunset Industries. Joining us today, we have Senior Captain Caleb Mulseed, Senior Captain Paige Erickson, Senior Williamson Neisman, and Freshman Captain Luke Ara. We have just returned from our trip to Rochester, New York for the first Fingerlakes Regional competition. How's everybody doing today?
We're doing
good.
good.
Yes.
Awesome.
Awesome. That's great. So can someone tell us about the competition? What did we do? What was the point of it? Or some objectives?
This year's competition was called Rochester React, and it had something. It was like about like with Boeing and things like that, and they were trying to do like, what is the thing? Like transportation centered technology. So our robot had to, shoot balls into like a couple. There was like a low goal and a high goal, so it had to shoot. It was called the hub, and then it had to be able to like climb up these rungs.
Yeah, the ascending monkey bars were one of the biggest challenges of this competition specifically. And that's one of the obstacles that our team specifically focused on. We spent the majority of our time doing. And in the end, we created, I'd say, a very, very effective climber.
I mean, hey, it got us into the quarterfinals, so that's pretty cool.
It did, yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, I think you guys hit a nail on the head right there, right? Like the whole idea of you guys set out a goal. And I think if we look at that goal in the beginning of the season was to build a climbing robot. You guys did a pretty darn good job at that. Speaking of the robot, can you tell us a little more about the robot? What was the design process you guys went through? We talked about how you guys built a climbing robot, but did it do anything else? What were some of its strengths and some of its weaknesses?
So the robot's name this year was Luigi. It was mainly focused on being a climbing robot. But in the last few weeks before Finger Lakes, we were able to add on a shooter, and a pretty okay shooter compared to other teams.
What do you mean? Can you expand on that? Like, what do you mean by okay compared to other teams?
Okay, we couldn't get we couldn't hold more than one ball at a time. Others were holding two. We couldn't get the balls shot to the high rung as fast as other teams. But the climbing is what our strong suit really was. I was really proud of how quick and efficient we were able to get to the third rung, or the traversal rung.
Mm-hmm. We prototyped a lot, specifically throughout the season. We have tons of prototype videos of us just practicing different methods of the climber and testing different codes and stuff like that to actually create it. And that prototyping step was probably one of the most effective and one of the most important steps specifically this year with creating the robot.
Awesome. That's great. I think, like you guys said, the big thing right there is the growth. And the prototyping that Caleb talked about there was really, really important. So that's good. What were some things you learned throughout that entire design process, whether it was building the robot or going on the business side of things? There was a lot of new things I felt like we did this year on the business side that really changed the game. So talk to us about that a little bit.
For starters, we had this new business card, right, made out of metal, so kind of a wow factor for our team. Etched on with a QR code for our website, and then a little bit about our Instagram, our Twitter, and our YouTube.
In addition to that, specifically with that, one of the specifications this year for one of our sponsorships was to have the image of our sponsor on our robot, which is something that we haven't done in a while. So this year we had a little bit of a challenge trying to create stickers of all of our sponsors, but in the end, I'm very proud of the stickers that I made with that, and they're stickers. Come on.
Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't you like hand cut those stickers, Caleb?
Yeah,
like,
we had
those,
to. Yeah, we had to hand cut the stickers after we cut them out of vinyl. Hopefully within the near future, we'll be actually able to get like a program together to actually cut them out, with a vinyl cutter or something like that. But this year, starting off with the stickers, we had to just get some tiny scissors and carefully cut out the stickers. But they look so super cool.
That's cool. I mean, definitely. I think that just shows that the business side of things, right, is not something that you ever really think about totally in a like robotics team. But there is a lot that goes into getting the sponsorships, getting the Instagram posts out and finding ways to connect with other teams, which is really, really important. While you guys were at the competition, did you guys get a chance to meet other teams? Did you guys connect with anybody? Did you meet some new friends, anything like that?
Yeah, actually, the team next to us, 1787, they were awesome. They were super nice. They actually offered to like let us borrow their field if we needed it, which was like awesome. But all the kids were like super nice and supportive and like encouraging, and we were all just really excited to be there. So it was really fun to interact with everybody.
Awesome.
Do you know where 1787 is from? Cleveland, correct?
Yeah, they. I
Yes.
believe that they are from Orange High School.
Yeah, yeah.
I've got some friends who are actually alumni of the team, whatever, and I got to talk to them a little bit after the competition, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys did a great job, and we're sorry that we kind of beat you guys
1787's really
out of,
good.
out of the park." So, but you guys had a really cool role, and I'm like, yeah, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to actually get it off the ground specifically without 1787. They
Oh
helped-
yeah, I forgot about that.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
They helped us a lot at the very start of the competition, specifically getting parts together and getting our robot so it can actually function at the competition in accordance with the rules. So without them, truly, we wouldn't have been as an effective robot without them, and I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, I definitely think you hit the nail on the head there, right? They kind of gave us some breakers that were within the rules that we didn't have, so that's a big thing. What was most exciting for you guys about the competition? What did you like? I think because of COVID, this was the first competition that really anyone
That was my
except,
first
I think
competition.
Caleb's been to. I think Caleb, his freshman year, was able to go, but other than that,
Mhm.
it's been everybody's first competition. So what was exciting? What did you learn? What did you want to come away with?
So since I had the media pass for business team, I was able to kind of enter into the arena and get a bit closer to where the robots were kind of competing. So I thought that was pretty cool, like seeing them actually go through autonomous mode and then climb and shoot and everything. Like being able to have that kind of in-person view instead of being on the stands was completely different.
Yeah, I was gonna say just like being down there, like actually in the pits and like around there. And I went when I was a freshman. I went with my dad to the Buckeye Regional actually, and just like watched the robots and was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. I have to get in, like I have to do this in high school at some point. And then literally a year later, I joined Dad's robotics team, and now I'm as a senior, like going to do it, but on the reverse side. So I'm like really excited to go and see what it's like when you're actually the one driving the robot and not just when you're looking at everybody's cool things.
Yeah, one of the things is freshman year I was the only, this year I was the only person on the team who's actually ever been to a competition, gotten through a first season and a competition because of COVID. And so I think at the beginning of the year, a lot of people just didn't understand my excitement, like, especially with kickoff. I'm like, guys, it's kickoff day. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? It's just kickoff. And so it was something that I really liked about this competition is seeing everybody experience this for the very first time. And just seeing the excitement about seeing the robots and everybody, as I said, just having a good time at the competition that I found a great time in freshman year. And, it was just nice to see everybody and having them enjoy themselves.
And lots of dancing.
Oh, there was lots of
A
dancing.
lot of dancing.
I'm still kind of salty that they didn't play Cotton Eye Joe, though.
I
I'm
know, like
come
just like
on.
a little bit.
That's
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
We can maybe request it for Buckeye.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
We'll talk about them for
Yes,
that.
yes, yes.
Kind of going along with that excitement, I know people like outside of robotics, like I just had karate class today, and this little kid named Charlie, right? He's a little orange belt, and I've been teaching him stuff, and my teacher told him about how I was missing last week because of robotics, and he got super into it, and I had to show him during our break all the videos and like all the Instagram posts that I've been posting and stuff like that. So it's nice to see that people outside of St. Ed's are also into it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I remember Jacob was telling me while he was at the competition, he's like, my whole family's like super into this. They're watching it like it's the Super Bowl at home. Like they're freaking out every time we go into a competition.
Oh yeah, my dad told me he's been watching it on Twitch like at work.
Yeah.
Like, he has a second monitor just for that.
My grandpa was like, Luke, I got the Twitch link and I was watching it on the TV in my house. And I'm like, Grandpa, you figured out Twitch?
That's awesome. That's very cool. Awesome. So you guys talked about how you're excited to be at the competition and things like that. What did you take away that you could use when we go to Buckeye next week or in life in general? I mean, three of you are graduating. Luke, obviously, you have a couple more years of high school, but you're going to be able to apply that throughout high school as well. So what are some things you learned that you are going to take with you or move on to another project with or just even to life in general?
I think the ability to be able to rapidly react to situations would be...
You really just do that?
Oh my gosh, the puns.
It's a very vital skill in anything that we do, being able to pivot very quickly to get the stronghold.
I was gonna say, that's a terrible pun, but you're actually so right. Like, I don't know, there's just something about, like, working together as a team and, like, seeing what you've built, like, actually be a thing. Like, there's, like, one thing to see it on paper or to see it in, like, a program file or whatever, to be like, oh man, it's working, but, like, not really, and then you're actually on the field and you see it work fully as it should, and there's just, like, oh my gosh, guys, we actually did it. So there was a really good moment, like, right in the last 5 matches of day 1 when everything went actually how it was supposed to work, and it was so fun to just, like, see it actually come to be a thing.
I mean, and even the matches where things weren't going the right way, they were still a blast to just watch it and to just be like, is this gonna break yet? Oh, no it didn't, let's go.
Yes.
Yeah, one of the mantras of First that I especially saw at this competition very specifically, Woody Flowers named it as gracious professionalism, and you know it splits down into 2 things, basically feelings and emotions and knowledge, and having gracious professionalism is the combination of those 2 things, and you could see them very, very effectively within the First community, and especially within Finger Lakes. There was just so much energy, and there was a lot of knowledge. That sounds weird to say, just in the air. Like, there were so many interesting and smart ideas that, you know, you didn't really think about, like, maybe first when you watched the game, but then you saw it in action, you're like, wow, that's really cool. And I think specifically something that I learned personally is that, well, you need to have almost a grip on both those things, both the emotional and the professional, the knowledge aspect of looking at and identifying and working through problems.
Yeah, excuse me. No, I mean, that you're spot on, right? And I think that is what we love about First, right? I think that's a really important aspect of why having this team at St. Ed's and being able to bring Magnificat students and St. Joseph Academy students in is really, really an important aspect, so that as young people you can learn those skills and learn to develop them and how to collaborate and motivate others even when it doesn't necessarily help you, right? Like, I think that's a really important aspect of what Caleb just was talking about, was this idea of we're all in this world together, right? And so if, yes, we're competing, right? You talk about our team versus 1787 even. We're all competing together, but at the end of the day, they were willing to help us to make sure we could be competitive. And how do you take that beyond the classroom, beyond the robotics team in general to life? I think is a really important skill to think about and learn and grow and develop. So that's a really cool thought process there. Thank you, Caleb. So we're now 4-5 days away from our next competition, the first Buckeye Regional at the Wolstein Center. So it's your home event. What are you guys excited for? What are you looking forward to do? What do you want to accomplish? What changes are being made right now? Because I know there are people downstairs right now working on the robot. So what's going to be of 2172 at Wolstein Center? What's happening there?
Some of the changes to our robot is a complete redesign of the drivetrain. So we're going from a Plaxion type, which is a more grippy type of wheel, to a Mechanim style, which will be able to maneuver much better. So we'll be able to shoot hopefully quicker and be able to just move and align ourselves quicker. Another modification that we're making to the robot is we're adding a better intake system that will drop down, and that will hopefully bring the balls or cargo directly into our shooter to hopefully allow us to collect more cargo and get them into the high rung quicker.
From the business side of things, we're re-examining specifically our I can't think of the word, our outreach stuff. So we are designing handouts that will give a little bit more information specifically for Buckeye, and we are also working on getting some team spirit stuff up, because we didn't have a ton of team members.
Are you now?
Team spirit?
Secrets.
Secrets?
You will.
That's just
You will.
depressing to me.
You will learn them soon. I
Sounds like
swear.
check out the Instagram page for the secret reveal.
That does sound
Yeah,
like you check out
that
the
does.
Instagram page.
in addition to that, we're also, before we go any further, we're also getting out our chairman's video and other stuff like that specifically onto our YouTube, our Instagram and stuff like that to share that because, well, that video is, I really like that video. So we're basically just working on upping team spirit, upping our outreach to other teams, and also like, yeah, we're hyping up the team because more students are going to be coming with us to Buckeye, who weren't able to go with us to Rochester, and so hyping them up to see how get their excitement up for this competition that they haven't experienced yet.
Awesome. So, yeah, I think we're out of time here, but again, we want to kind of say thank you to our sponsors because without them, it really wouldn't be possible. So Matrix Point Solutions, NASA, Rockwell Automation, ANSYS, American Tank and Fabrication, Technology Install Partners, Myers & Roman Law Firm, and Sunson Industries. Thank you guys so much. Really, without your support, it would not be possible to continue such a wonderful experience for our students. Please come check us out at the Buckeye Regional at the Wolstein Center, March 24th through the 27th. We'll be there, Team 2172, Steel Unity signing out.